going to kick off a little bit early. I believe YouTube
Hi.
has messed up the start times. It claimed that we weren't starting until 1:10 in the morning, which is blatantly wrong. So a big hello to you all, and I'm going to try and get the comments up.
Yeah, after all, Jen has never started anything at 1:10 in the morning except snoring.
I don't snore.
Yes,
snore.
you do.
No, the cupboard
She
monkey
does. She
snores.
really
The
does.
cupboard monkey snores. And I have a video to prove it, so if you don't shut up and admit you snore, I'll just show everybody.
Like you know how to
Yeah.
operate this.
Get rid of that.
You don't know how to operate any technology.
I do.
Abacuses don't count.
Anyway, shut up. I'm concentrating on trying to get my phone to work.
Give it here before I leave.
Why do you want it?
So that I can get your comments for you. Because you don't know what you're doing.
I do, actually. Yeah, I'll be there in a minute. Right, we've got 17 people in. So I know it's been an awfully warm day today, so I'm guessing a lot of people have been out and about. So a big hello to Charleston Eastgate, Melchester Model Railway, Tim J.D. Dowd, Derek Penson. I'm just reading some of your comments. A lot of people have been talking about the slight. I think the cupboard monkey made a hash of it. Melchester Model Railway, Derek Pensome. Let's have a look. No, I'm not working today. Derek Grant says, Jenny hit the wrong button. I say set it for 28th. Oh, nope, we're here. We're alive and dangerous. Yeah, Melchester Model Railway, you got the right idea there. Just checked her Facebook page. That's the way to keep up to date. Right, let's have a look. There's a lot of Blackadder jokes then. Let's flick through, and Luke Alford, hi to you. Brecknock Valley Model Railway, big hello to you. Josh's Train Room, hi. Let's have a FMR Station House, a big hello to you. Nice to have you in. Keith Edwards, Mike O'Brien, Minnie Wistaston Junction, good to see you. Alex Pomeroy, hi to you. Mark Wilson, I've got to put on the accent for this one. What's going on, me ducks? You're early. I don't even know if that's the right accent. Well, basically, we were here, we saw you were here, so we thought, let's put that all together, shall we? New Mills Model Railway, good evening to you. David Cook, hello to you. Will Watson, hi. Darryl Hearn. Robert Ciceri, good afternoon, Jen and Zoe. Good afternoon to you. Paul Higgins, hi Jenny, hope you are both well. I'll start that again. Hi Jenny, hope you are both okay. Yes, we are, thank you very much. J94, hi to you. Skipsy Trains, good evening. oorail.com, one of the big Patreons, and remember you can also support the channel if you head on over to Patreon and help us to make the videos that you like to watch. So greetings from the USA. You are giving me something to watch while I scan my kids' homework into email to the school. Oh, of course, yes. School goes on, much to the chagrin of the children, I expect. Will Watson, hi to you. Dundee Road, a big hello to you. My juice has arrived. Setting the juice loose about the hoose. Oh, sometimes just a nice glass of cold, refreshing juice is just what you need. Richard Swidusky, hi to you. How are you doing? Kevin Shawbridge Junction, hi. Thomas Whittingham is in the house. Andrew Cummins, Andrew Davis is hi from Wiltshire. Robert Woodhouse, a big hello to you. Now, there's been a few announcements over the last week. Of course, lockdown is still going on. I hope you're all keeping well, keeping safe.
Yeah.
Yes?
Grab this.
Oh, one moment.
Our setup time wasn't sufficient.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're a bit pushed for time today, so I'm not on camera at the moment. In fact, I need to get the trains running as well. That's how pushed for time we have been. We didn't really plan this through, did we? So, that's somewhere for the cupboard monkey to sit. But, yeah, cupboard monkey noises coming thick and fast. So, let's get some trains running. We have a Bachmann Class 20, a Helgen Class 26, Bachmann Class 46, where have you gone? And it's going to be a Bachmann Class 8, I think. Now, I also would like to say at this point a big thank you to Tim's Trains, who is a regular on the show, well, in the chat room. Oh, excuse me, sorry, we just had pizza and it's like, oh, sitting a bit heavy. But yeah, Tim's Trains, a big thank you to you. He sent to the channel three new locomotives, brand new, and that was incredibly kind of him. And I've just finished doing a video on the first one. Because they're all steam locomotives, and we're currently running into like the BR period. I haven't got any of them running at the moment. But, oh gosh, that's weird. When it comes round, you'll see it. There's basically two trains level pegging each other. I'm not really sure how they've managed to do that, but they have. But, yeah, a big thank you to Tim's Trains. But other things that's going on. Excuse me, Hornby have released...
the hounds.
Yes, released the hounds. Hornby have released some CAD images for, let's just speed that up so it doesn't just level peg with the one next to it. The new CAD images of the W1 have turned up, and there's also some information on the Class 91. So we'll be taking a look at that in a bit. See, SJ Carter, a big hello to you. Jamie Smith, hi Jennifer. Zoe, big hi to you too. Tony Wright, Adams Railway. We've got Adams Railway says you're in sharp today. Yes, sort of. We're a little bit early, but we had no prep time. In fact, we're in the process of charging up an all new camera, which has kindly been provided by our sponsor, Trainomatic. It's not a product that they sell, but this, oh yeah, I do actually have other news. This was actually as a congratulations present for gaining 10,000 subscribers.
Yay!
In fact, actually, we've gone over and above that in the last week, but we've just now hit and passed 10,000 subscribers. So a big thank you to all of you who've been supporting the channel. It's very much appreciated, and it's always great to have you in. I don't know where that Class 46 just seems to love just stuttering over there. Good job it's not a sound loco, because the sound would keep cutting out. 57305 Northern Princess, hi to you. And speak of the devil, Tim's Trains, big hello to you and a big thank you. I was just saying a moment ago that I've big thank you for your support, sending over those 3 brand new locomotives, and I've just filmed a review and comparison video on the first of those, and that will be going out as Wednesday's video. So big look forward to that, and it's quite an interesting one actually. It's one of the comparison is with what was one of the best selling Bachmann locomotives of all time, insofar as it sold out and then started to change hands on eBay for
ridiculous amounts of money.
Yes, and then Bachmann eventually released a follow-up. So it's one to look forward to. And also, Tim's Train's absolutely correct. Don't forget to hit the like button and also share the stream. Put it out there. Let people know that we are live and we're doing our thing. And are you going to have enough power on that laptop? How long does the battery actually last?
I don't know.
Well, we'll find out. Well, that's one way to do it. Oh, thank you very much. No, it's been an honour to for you to send me those. Thank you very much for those.
Just as a comment, since Jen is talking about it, I've got a laptop tonight. I am coding a new disc magazine while Jen works. Basically, we had issue 1 in February, and now we're going to have another one.
All right. And also, don't forget that you can catch up with the Cupboard Monkey on Gamehammer Classic Gaming, and catch some retro computer console goodness. But goodness me, let's pick another camera angle, and there we go. I love the mountain cam actually. I think the mountain cam's one of the best. But as I was saying, a 10,000 subscriber congratulations present from the channel sponsor Trainomatic. Check them out at train-o-matic.com. and also tramfabrique.nl for their full range of DCC products. These cameras aren't one of the things that they actually stock and sell, but they sent me this so that hopefully the idea is that it's certainly smaller than the camera that we normally use and a lot more modern. And I'm interested to see whether actually we can connect to it on the Wi-Fi, and it will mean that we can actually do that as a camera angle on the Monday Club. So it's just currently getting its first charge out of the box.
It's getting its charge on.
Yes, reversing the polarity of the neutron flow, which is actually a bit weird, isn't it? Because like neutrons have no charge. Richard Swiderski says, congratulations for 10,000 plus subs. Thank you very much. It just kind of creeps up on you, actually, to be honest. It seems like not that long ago that I got my first 100 subscribers. And I remember when I hit 1,000 subs. And I remember thinking, gosh, what lofty heights I have reached. Yeah, Charleston Eastgate, absolutely correct. It's not about the subs, it's about the hobby, just doing what we enjoy. Yeah, but I suppose it's a sign that what I'm doing is something that people want to watch.
Appreciation is appreciated.
Yeah, and it's one of the things I've always said. I do things that interest me. I don't go, if I wanted to chase views and chase subscribers, I'd be doing clickbait videos. We'd be doing things like, I don't know, running.
How many trains can you stuff up your nose?
Yeah, or will a train still work in a paddling pool full of custard? That kind of thing.
If you put a railway line across custard, how fast does the train have to go before it sinks? That kind of thing.
Actually, the laws of physics, the track would sink because it's stationary. Custard being a non-Newtonian fluid, but
yes.
It's sort of like a reverse non-Newtonian fluid.
It's a trick question, Jen.
What is?
Because the fluid, it wouldn't matter how fast the train was going. The non-Newtonian nature of custard would mean that the train would have to be going vertically downward at high speed in order to not go through the custard.
Do you ever have one of those moments where you regret making an offhand flippant comment because the one nerd in the room decides to take it and run with it?
Car.
Yeah. Anywho, yeah, Skipsy Jones says, congrats on getting 10,000 subscribers. You nearly have 10,000 more than me. Gary Cox says 10,000 subs, but only 95 watching now. It's gone up to 112. I know. And this is what every single YouTuber does find, is that only a small fraction of your subscribers will actually ever watch anything you do. And the reason for this is...
Well, it's varied, isn't it?
It's a varied reason. But actually, a sizable percentage of your subscribers never watch anything you make. And that's the same for all channels, pretty much. It's just one of those things. And also, not everybody's available to watch this live. So it does pick up between 3,000 to 4,000 views usually over the lifespan of the video, which is still a sizable chunk. It's not 10,000, but it's just how it goes. But at the end of the day, I've always said, doing the kind of video content you want to do, you've got to feel, it's a bit like being an author, you've got to feel like you've got something to say. And if you enjoy what you're doing and it's genuine, then I think that people will find it and enjoy it. Shanghai 264359, did someone start talking about custard again? Yes, I did. I quite like custard, but I make myself...
Stop, guys. She won't stop. Please send help.
But the thing was, I was trying to open a tin of rice pudding earlier today for our dessert at lunchtime, and I accidentally opened a can of custard. In my defence, Ambrosia do have similar packaging between their rice pudding and their custard. So I ended up having a bowl of custard, and it was very nice, but it made me feel a little bit sickly afterwards. Anfield Road Layout in the Loft, big hi to you. SJ Carter, would it have lumps, FMI? I think that's the custard thing. I don't know, lumps in custard. Not really big fan of lumps and custard, it has to be said. Robert Cicero says this sounds like Monty Python. We need a big foot. Yes. Right. Tim's train says go Zoe. Whoop whoop. Let's have a look. Huey's train layout. Big hello to you. Paul Blanchard says hi Jenny. Glad it's not 10 past 1 a.m. I don't know what's going on with YouTube.
I put in the correct time and then YouTube changed it.
Yes, they did, didn't they? Big hello, Ron Stanbridge, Ian Ryan, and but yes, Huey's train layout says cold custard skin, lovely. I like it when school custard always had a skin. I think because they made it and then kept it warm somewhere for a while, and it developed a skin, and I actually did quite like that. Skipsy trains. Running a train through a paddling pool of custard would be ridiculous. You should have an apple crumble with it too. Ah, right, yes, and give all the passengers on the train a spoon and they just hang out the window and scoff as much as they can. Let's have a look. What's this? Breckneck Valley Model Railway says, Zoe, no help is available as all the help is orientated to supporting COVID cases. What did you ask? I must have missed that.
I asked them to send help to deal with you.
Oh, right. Okay. Robert Ward said custard. Love the stuff. James Ragsdale. First time joining the Monday Club. Great so far. Thank you very much. And a very big welcome to you. It's great to have you in. Don't forget to tell everybody else, if you enjoy the experience, do come back for more and bring your friends. Right. Just make sure that the trains haven't deceitfully crashed somewhere on the layout whilst we've been talking. What I suppose we ought to do is bring up some of the CAD files that I mentioned at the start. As part of the news, Hornby have released CAD files for their W1, both guises, the original water tube marine boiler as it originally appeared, and then the later rebuild into what actually resembles an A4 Pacific. But of course it's a 484, is it 484? I think it's a 484. Oh, that's got me now. But yes, the W1, the CADs have appeared for that, which hopefully means that we should still be on track for that towards, I think it's due towards the end of this year. We've also seen CADs for the Hornby Class 91. And I must admit, that's one that's growing on me. I did travel behind Class 91s an awful lot. Funnily enough, on my commute to work for quite some time, I used to live in Durham and commute to Newcastle 5 days a week. And if you caught there was a particular train in the morning that if you caught it at Durham, it then terminated in Newcastle. And it was actually the express coming up from London, sort of, the very early, I think probably the first express from out of London to Newcastle of the day was the one which I could catch to commute to work in the morning. So I do have quite a fondness for the Class 91s. Yeah, I've also travelled down to London a lot.
Where will I find these files?
Rails of Sheffield. So okay. We're just looking up the CAD files, and these come courtesy of Rails of Sheffield, who have put them up on their page, but they're actually from Hornby. So we're just going to try and bring that up. So you might have to scroll, in fact you will have to scroll down. Whoa, there we are. There's the...
That one?
Yeah, that's the first one.
Okay, so I am going to now switch you over to webcam and browser.
Definitely. Oh, a bit of Doctor Who going down there. So here we have Hornby shared this page instantly. If you want to check out further, do go to railsofsheffield.com, and it's also the fact that I've been buying a few bits and pieces. So whilst you're there, scope out the bargains. But we're looking there at actually what is quite a nice picture. So let's just see. Oh, we don't get any closer ups.
I can get it closer if you want.
Yeah, I might as well. Just see if we can zoom in on that picture. Oh, interesting. So there we are. We've got the first CAD image release of the Class 91. it looks like a Class 91 to me. We've only got that one angle. But it is looking good. The one actually which I do quite fancy is the one in Intercity Swallow livery as, is it Durham City or Durham Cathedral?
I honestly couldn't tell you.
Why has that got... Ugh. Ugh.
Did you put it somewhere?
No, I think you did downstairs. It looks like it's got custard on it. Oh, I hate little bits of something stuck to things. Mystery stickiness.
It
But
must have been when I put it down.
Yeah, it must have been. But there we are. That's the Class 91. So, I'm going to go back to... oh, funnily enough, no, because we haven't got...
No, because that wouldn't work, would it?
Put OBS back up. Is this where we find the... Oh, there we are. Camera's back up and running. So now on the browser, go back to the main page and we'll try and find those W1 bits and pieces. Just have a quick look at some of your comments. Huey's Train Layout says, Durham, lovely place. It very much is.
Very nice place to come from.
Yeah, that's where the Cupboard Monkey's from. 80 pulling, yeah, 464.
I don't see the other
right,
one,
yeah,
Jack.
sorry, 464. Right, down, right, just go slow, go slow. Weird, it seems to have moved. Whoa, you
There's
did...
nothing there.
Right, okay.
Yeah, you should one. We'll find it later.
We'll try and find the W1 later, but there are CADs starting to come through of that. Yeah, 464. I'm getting confused with the...
Like the CPC, the 464.
Because, yes, of course, it wouldn't have been a W. I don't know. Oh, something's making a squeaky noise over there. I don't know what...
Not me.
Right, anyway, yeah, big hello to AD Pullen, good to see you. Robert Ward asks, Jenny, do you like bird's custard? I like most custard, to be honest with you. So yeah, my mum used to make that from the custard powder when I was little. Andy1962, love the videos you do and enjoy hanging out with everyone on Monday nights. Oh, being on furlough, it means I've been able to watch live more often recently. Keep up the good work, Jenny and Zoe. Oh, thank you very much. That means an awful lot to me, actually. I'm really pleased.
What's this about me having to do some work?
Yes, you are. Come on, mush. Whoosh, whoosh. But thank you very much. Very kind comments. I'm glad that you're enjoying things. The Growler Blackwood Engage layout. Engage Hunt couplings are already out of stock, so need to wait. Oh, of course. I saw a brief post about these. I think there's a video of somebody reviewing the Engage ones.
Engage.
Of course, get back in your box, Cupboard Monkey. Who put 50p in the Cupboard Monkey? But yes, we reviewed the Hunt couplings quite a little while ago now, and they really did review incredibly well. And it's nice to see that they've turned up for Engage. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'll be back in a moment.
Oh well, when you come back, could you bring me another pint of juice?
I wasn't going down there.
Where were you going?
To get a hand.
To get a hand. Cupboard Monkey. Everybody be prepared for Cupboard Monkey silliness. And she hasn't taken my glass either, so I don't get another glass of juice. But yes, Hunt couplings, really great design. Really enjoyed being able to put them to the test. Big thank you to Hunt couplings for sending those over. And yes, sold out already in Engage. It really shows that they have an amazing product there. Let's have a look. A big hello to David Scott. Let's have a look. David Gayra, new subscriber, first time here from Tennessee in the USA. Great show, keep it up. Thank you very much, and I'm glad that you've been able to find us. And oh my word, not that. No, not the hand, Cupboard Monkey.
Hey Jen, can I give you a hand?
Yeah, okay. But also, a big thank you to Kenny Patterson as well. He invited me on the What's Neat This Week podcast.
I'm going to try and move the entire
Whoa! What? This is not going to end well. You break it. You break it. You bought it. That's not going to work. So what I have to put up with. I'm just going to show you what the Cupboard Monkey is doing. Oh, no, missed it.
It worked.
She did actually. She managed to get it. That's not the way to treat my models. But, oh, I'm going to turn the fan on down here because it's getting quite warm up here.
Yay!
Yes. But how will my many fans cope? Well, they're all down here blowing air. But yeah, it was a big thank you to Ken Patterson having me on the watch.
No! No, that wasn't meant to happen.
No, I told you not to mess about. Let's see what I've got to deal with here. Oh,
It's only broken half of it.
you so nearly damaged my wonderful little wagon there. So this is what I've got to put up with. And she's not drunk or anything. She's teetotal. She's just silly. Ah, right. Anyway,
Here, I'll give you a big hand.
no, stop messing about. You break it, you buy it. Moreland Model Railway Andy says, hi Jenny and Zoe. Hattons have it on their site showing the different liveries. Oh, in that case,
Hat-ons, hat-offs.
we shall go and check that out. So also Hattons as well. In fact, don't forget, tomorrow I am on the Hattons YouTube channel. We're doing something for them, doing an interview. I don't know whether it's going out live. Excuse me, I think it might be, but we're setting that up over video link. So do check out and check in with that as well. W1 packet, you might have to... Oh, and we've got some news on the Helgen Mark IIs there as well. But what you need to do is, you see where it says search, put in there W1. Can't get the stuff.
Yeah, Jen complains about the stuff. This is the biggest hand I've had in ages.
Shall we click the button for
I
search?
press the button, it doesn't work.
Apparently the search function on Hattons is not working. Oh,
It's
no.
just very... Maybe they're just all getting overwhelmed.
No, I don't know why we use the search. It's the one aspect. It has to be...
Hattons' website is pretty good, except for the search, which just isn't good at all.
Yeah, it'll basically... I don't... It's actually bringing up everything except... Everything except... that is not sounding happy over there.
See, this is what happens when we're running late.
There is no... can't find any further details, so... I'm going to have to investigate it. I don't know whether you can hear or not, but certainly we can hear. This is making... Yeah, because that's all I get.
Okay, we've got a yellow, we've got green. Are we back? Are we back? I think we
we're
might be
back.
Oh my goodness.
So, having a few issues. We had an issue earlier on. I think that we're back. I think I am. So, apparently, we're still going. And are we still live?
Yes, we are back.
Brilliant.
Oh,
we had some issues.
guys, this is the situation. Virgin Media is having problems. It went out all over the country earlier on. It just went out again. So we're trying our best to stay online. We'll keep with you as much as we can. But if it happens again, it's not our fault. We will try to keep back though. So do stick with us, please.
Yeah, so just technical issues. I suspect that everybody is online. In fact, we've dropped loads of people. We've gone back down to 82
To be honest with you, I'm not surprised.
The chances are an awful lot of people lost their connection at the same time.
Yeah.
So I don't know if other people who were on Virgin Media had issues as well. Yeah, AD Pullen says net crashed at mine too. So I think it's a Virgin Media thing. So anybody who's on Virgin Media might actually have been suffering the same issues. That doesn't feel like that. Feels like I've got a seized axle on this. That would explain the squeaky noise. So I'm going to put that wagon to one side, I think. Yeah, that's seized up.
Not my fault. I didn't do it.
I'm saying that.
I didn't touch nout.
Yeah, you can't prove anything, I know. So, right, anywho, we appear to be back. Yeah, New Mills Model Road says, I'm on Virgin Media, mine dropped at the same time. Yeah, Dundee Road says, lucky on the academic internet. Of course, yes, at the university. I remember at Durham it was great because I was at Durham University in the late 90s.
She's just dropping the name, you know.
So, but the thing was...
What's wrong? Weren't good enough to get into Roxbridge.
Yeah, that's about the short of it, long and short of it. To be honest with you, I did apply. They didn't want me, so I didn't want them. But what was I talking? Oh yeah, the internet connection. That was before the days of ADSL. I think it's the wagon. That wagon, you know, it may not be that.
It's making noises.
It is rather. So I think my shark is.
Sharky and George.
Oh God, I remember
Busters
that.
of the sea.
Yeah, what was that?
It was a very, very cheap animation for passing some time.
Yeah, it was. I remember that Saturday morning cartoons. Let's see if
Yeah.
that goes around okay like that. But yeah, we had basically a T1 connection, which, in all reality, at the time was 10 base T because that's what the Ethernet cards and the computers had. But yeah, that was amazing when everybody else had dial-up. Right, but yeah, Dundee Road, 200 megabits per second and up. Yeah, David Watts says, I'm on Virgin, it died, but back now. Yeah, Edward Allen says, it's the only time I've lost connection. It would, yeah, EE appears to have gone down as well. So
a guy here on Twitter says, hey Virgin Media, fancy dating me? You've gone down on me more times than anyone else.
Andy 1962 says the Doctor has just arrived. Yes, he has actually. Yeah. Charleston Eastgate. The TARDIS just come into view, helped by a huge hand. Ooh. Yes, that hand is otherwise known as suspension of disbelief. That was actually we've.
You want a huge hand?
Yeah, give me a hand.
Too slow.
Yeah. Lay some flesh on me. That's not flesh. Right. Stop it. Stop messing about. This is what I've got to put up with.
Hello. Hello.
Right.
Hello.
So
Hello
welcome
from your robot overlords.
Robert Woodhouse says you need to get the cupboard monkey to run around the hamster wheel faster. Yes, you do. Come on, mush, mush, mush.
I don't think anyone's paid enough to see a fat chick run.
Fat Wallet Boy, what? Fat Wallet Boy 2. What do people do to stop rolling stock axles squeaking? A little drop of oil.
Grease, isn't it?
A little drop of oil, actually, to be honest. Where has that one gone? Is it still going round, or is it stalled out in the tunnel somewhere? Oh, no, there it is. Yeah, it turns out that that squeaking noise we were hearing was the shark brake fan, a squeaky shark. So what it actually needs, when I spin the axles, it's actually okay. So normally a little drop of oil is good. I'm going to turn it the other way around and see if that helps.
Doctor Who's special effects this year are amazing.
Zoe, I told you about you damage anything and I would get very annoyed. No, seriously, this is like serious face, serious face, serious face.
Okay, you can have the hand. If you break anything, it's your fault now.
Right, okay, put that away. Right, anywho, meanwhile, back at the ranch, James Pets, it should be called a mouse, not a shark. Ben Davis did hear Dapol are making GWR water towers with switch activation, sound effects, normal fill or overflow, random speech, some of which involves a driver berating a fireman for causing problems. If that is the case, then that might be an interesting little product, actually. So what else have people been saying? Lots of talk of the TARDIS. Steve the Sweep. Hi Jenny and Zoe, new subscriber, just finished binge watching your videos. Keep up the good work. I like that. Thank you very much. I hope you did enjoy the content. Just go right back. We've been on YouTube now for
far too long.
About 12 years.
Yeah, we haven't been producing for that long.
No. You know, back then it was just a depository for the odd video that we had. But yeah, so we joined YouTube only a few years after it started.
I joined YouTube the year it started.
Did you?
Yeah.
What happened to that account?
I still got it. That's what Knob Mouse is.
Really? So it'll say on your user info that you've been there since the start?
Since 2006.
Really? God.
You had to have an account back then to press like, the same way you have to now. So if you wanted to like anything or comment, you had to have an account, and I did. So
Well,
I
it's
got
the
an account.
same now. You can't, you know, otherwise they'd have people just spamming stuff.
Exactly, that's what I did. But I wanted to get in touch with some people that were on YouTube, so I made an account. And then several years later, I decided to actually upload something.
You decided to inflict yourself on the wider world.
Hey, you're glad I did, because you're the one that came. Oh, that's mad.
Yeah, don't.
Oh, you can see me. Oh, I
that's
don't like
the back
that.
of your chair. I was
Don't
wondering.
like that.
Yeah. The cupboard monkey. It doesn't like to be on camera too much. You know, the service up here is rubbish. That pint of juice has been a long
That
time.
pint that you demanded.
It's the pizza. There's too much salt in it. We've had takeaway pizza. Being the lazy, pork-tastic, need to lose weight but can't be bothered just yet, people that we are, we got takeaway.
Yeah,
It was
we
quite
are to
nice.
take away. What can I say?
Yeah, we got a takeaway pizza. It's quite nice, but it's very salty.
It was delicious.
It was actually, yeah. Chris Hales, Heritage Railway, big hello to you. Human City Junction, hello to you. James Petts asks, no kitten ears this evening. We can do kitten ears. Kitten ears can be done. Oh, if I can just fiddle them in. So,
Where'd Jenny go? Catwoman, where did Jenny go?
oh dear. Right, anywho, don't forget to click the like button as well and share this stream as well. And if you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel. But, Somerset Andy is in somewhere. I've seen somebody answering Somerset Andy. I'm not sure where. Bish bash bosh boosh. So a big hello to Somerset Andy. Richard Lewis, Tamiya grease is brilliant. I actually use car motor oil because modern synthetic oils are formulated not to attack and damage plastic and rubber components. So that actually makes them quite good for dealing with model railway stuff. So I use a little syringe that I've got here, bought through a modelling supplier, with it's actually quite a thick gauge needle. You'd never inject somebody with that. You might as well just be bludgeoning them with the pencils and get that under the skin, luckily so. But I draw some 5W30 is what I've been using, fully synthetic engine oil. You just take a little syringe full, lasts you for weeks and weeks and weeks, if not months. And then you can very easily, with the syringe, apply a tiny amount to the bearing surfaces. And it's actually just really, really good to keep things running. I've always used the vehicle motor oil, even going way back. Started out because I was bone idle, and rather than getting the correct oil, I just started drawing up motor oil in a syringe out of the same stuff that was going in the cars. Hunt Heath, Model Railway, hi Jenny, we are working on O-Gauge. O-Gauge is really great, I have to say. I'm a big advocate of O-Gauge. I've got an O-Gauge layout down underneath here. Been trying to get the Garden Railway going. There we are. There's an O-Gauge wagon, which when you compare it to a 001, there's quite a difference in size there.
They're about the same.
No.
Is one small, but the other one's very far away?
No, definitely not.
So we don't have to be careful then?
No, don't be careful now. And certainly not needing to get down with that sort of thing.
Get down with your bad side. Hang on, that was Bill and Ted.
Yeah, it was actually. So yeah, O-Gauge Hunt's couplings will be really great actually. So looking forward to seeing those. Andy1962 says, Rail sent out info read Dapol water tower today. Might be on the website, Zoe, if you want to look it up. I haven't seen anything myself, but I will take a look in a bit. J94.
Sorry, I can't stay up here.
Is it
It's too hot and I'm starting to feel like I'm going to faint.
Okay, no problem. Well, the cupboard monkey and all of her shenanigans, antics, and generally causing a nuisance of herself will be going downstairs where hopefully a pint of juice might turn up.
See you later, guys.
J94 says,
I don't know if I was on screen there. I didn't check. So bye bye.
Yeah, you were actually. J94, I think I've seen that new water tower on the rails on a post on social media. That does sound quite interesting, actually. Curious what it might actually cost, though. Ronald Moritz says, "Hi, ladies. Yes, my talk froze when your stream stopped. Yeah, I think there's probably something in the deep down in the middle of the internet. The infrastructure is some kind of hub.
Notice Jen is trying to explain things that she has no idea about.
It's probably maybe it was Janet. Do you remember Janet? The backbone between
oh yes,
the US and the UK. It was called Janet.
For those who don't know, Janet was Joint Academic Network.
Joint Academic Network.
Net. Janet.
Oh, so that was so it's JANet, Joint Academic Network. And it's basically what the backbone of the internet was built upon. Right. Chris Hales at Heritage Railway says, "I've seen it too, manual and electrical." Interesting. James Pets, "Don't be daft, don't need to lose weight." Oh, I beg to differ. There's about 4 stone about my person that needs to push off. Colin Williams, "Hi Jenny and Zoe, all hope all are well. Virgin being intermittent all day on and off, just switched to mobile, which seems less problematic. Anfield Road layout in the loft, hit that like button very much, definitely. James Pet says, "Meow, purr, purr." I can't do the purr. They kind of do that sort of back of the throat rumble. James Pet says, "The kitten ears definitely deserve a like." I just think I look a bit silly. David Watts, "Yes, sewing machine oil is pretty good as well." The Growler Blackwood Engage layout. Yes, I saw this as well. Greg's is reopening 20 stores. Yummy vegan sausage roll soup. I've never tried that, actually. I don't think I've ever been to Greg's. Paul Hinder, "Big hello to you. Trains in the garage, hi to you." And Big Sid said silicon oil is good. Yeah, I can imagine actually that would be pretty good. 57305 Northern Princess, "Has been 34 years since the Chernobyl disaster." Gosh, and I remember it well. I was at school back then. Thank you very much, Cupboard Monkey.
Is that why you've got 3 heads? You've certainly got 3 ears. A left ear, a right ear, and a final front ear.
Yeah. Oh, I was thirsty.
Down the hatch, eh?
Yeah, glug, glug, glug. Water down a plug hole. Which, incidentally, if it wasn't for the fact I was such a lightweight, I'd be a mean diva in the pub down in pints. Let's have a look. What else we got? Fat Wallet Boy 2. "Jenny, did you ever run your OO gauge garden railway in the rain? And if so, did it cause any rusting issues on the wheels?" No rusting issues whatsoever, because everything's made of stuff like nickel, silver, that kind of thing, so you don't get corrosion. And what I found was that actually, as long as the rails were clean before it started raining, so say you were out on a running session, you cleaned the track, had your running session, then it came on to rain, the trains would quite happily continue to run without any issues whatsoever. And actually, as long as the rails then remained wet, trains would run just fine. It was when the track dried out, that was the point that suddenly everything would stop running and you had to clean this kind of layer of oxide off the top. And it was like, I think it was like a copper-based thing because it looked like a reddy brown colour. It was quite peculiar. But no issues whatsoever. Ben Davis, Hattons said, "You going to being at 4 o'clock, right, yes, no, they've got a post on the Daypole Waterhouse, yes, 4 o'clock tomorrow. It's an interview with Hattons of me. Well, they are interviewing me, so you'll probably see me sat here with this backdrop, or we might just move around. What I might do is there's a camera over there that I might move, and then we get the Weir Yard in the background as well. So, yeah, they've got me on to interview me. It's going to be a little bit like the interview I did with Ken Patterson, and that was great, actually. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I've been a big fan of Ken Patterson for a long, long time, and I know quite a few of you have found me through Ken Patterson, so a big up to all of the US crowd, and I know that you're all struggling with the lockdown as well. So difficult times, the whole world, difficult times, but hopefully there's now light at the end of the tunnel. So things are looking up there, and it's given us some quality time with our hobby, has it not? Andy 1962 says, take it easy, Zoe. Jen 94 says, bye, Zoe. And Fat Wallet Boy 2. Talking of O-Gauge, did you see Andy York's intro video to the 200-foot-long Heaton Lodge Junction layout mind-blowing project? I haven't seen the video. I've seen it trailed around, but I haven't actually watched it. So it's one that I will be picking up on. Trains in the Garage, can I get a shout out for my channel? Certainly you can. A big shout out for Trains in the Garage. Only started in January, and Rufford was featured on your Sunday live stream the other weekend. Finally managed to do some modelling last week. Brilliant. No worries, so a big up to Trains in the Garage. AD Poland says, I've got a Bachmann LNER J11 for £79 from Rails of Sheffield today. Yeah, there's some really good bargains out there. Not just from Rails of Sheffield, but certainly Rails of Sheffield has some good ones. And I actually just received what I've just bought from Rails of Sheffield. So I've just DCC fitted it. This is one of the Thompson 01s. They had, I think it was for £89 at Rails of Sheffield. So I bought one. I just really like 280 locomotives. I think it's, is it consolidation to, as the, you know, you got like Pacific, Atlantic, Baltic for the wheel things. I have a feeling that 280 is consolidation. I know 282 is Mikado. I have a feeling 280 is consolidation. Yeah, there's some really good bargains out there at the moment. It has to be said. I also got a few other bits and pieces. So this is what Jenny shows off the goodies. I got an STV, it's a tube wagon. That was marked down. And there's no point in you going hunting for the next wagon I'm about to show you because they've sold out. I pretty much got the last one. But it's the weathered Bachmann CCT, the Southern Utility Van. And that's in its later BR Parcels livery as an NQV. And I think I got just about the last one that they had in stock because they very quickly afterwards showed us out of stock. So let's just put that back there. But yeah, there's some wonderful bargains to be had. Also, if you're in the market for certain special commissions, I can well recommend going and having a look at Kerno Model Centre's website. They've got quite a few of their special commissions marked down. So, for example, the Della Bowl Slate Triple Pack, I think they're doing for £29.99, which is actually a pretty good price. It's about what they used to cost when Bachmann first brought out the press flow cement wagons. Dundee Road, yes, even it's having trouble. I think that's Janet, the Joint Academic Network. Russell Benton, when lockdown's over, I've been eating so much I'll not get out of house. I can well understand that actually. You and me both. I put a stone on during this lockdown. Robert Woodhouse, £42 for motorised water tower on Happens. Ah, right. So that's not actually too bad, I guess. These are all things that I am interested to see what comes through. I don't know. I don't know whether it's something that I would personally go for. And I don't know when it's likely to come through, but it's certainly interesting. I'll have to have a talk with Dapol. Stuart Muir asks, hiya Jenny, why not get the legendary Intercity 82 as a guest on your show as he is back? Yes, he went head to head with me last week on the live stream, I noticed. But yes, he's been staging a comeback for about a year, and we get a comeback video and then nothing for months. So I've got a mutual friend. I've never actually spoken to him. Will Pillsbury. Will Pillsbury, I think it is. I've got a mutual friend. I was scheduled to be part of a project which never got made for TV, and there was 3 of us, they were trying to get him in. They wanted a really big name YouTuber, tried to get him in, and he turned it down, as far as I believe. but you're only hearing that third hand. But yeah, getting him on as a guest, yeah, maybe I should. King Fox Junction, what is your choice of beverage tonight? Mine's Iron Brew. It's actually Co-op own brand cheapy cheapness squash. I think it's summer fruits flavour with Council Pop, aka tap water. And basically just really thirsty, and I'm trying to cut out alcohol at the moment. J94, Jenny, how is the Mammoth? The Mammoth runs pretty well, except it couldn't pull the skin off a rice pudding. Consequently, I have filmed a little piece of it trying to run on the Garden Railway, and the problem is that it only has two speed settings, warp speed and stalled, and it doesn't seem to do in between. So it threw itself off on the corners and it can't get up the hill. So unfortunately, that's the end of the experiment with the Mammoth out in the garden. The Growler Blackwood Engage Layout says, you've never been to Greg's? Wow, you don't know what you're missing. It's not my thing, to be honest with you. I've done pound bakeries, but that's about it, really. But you know, I'm not really a big pound bakery sort of person either. I mean, I'm not into that kind of, a bit too greasy for me. Ben Davis says, don't worry, Jennifer, I have liked the video very much. Andy1962 says, you were great on Ken Patterson. Oh, thank you very much. I should bring out the patented ego massager. So let's get a little bit of ego massage going on. Like a massage of the ego. But yeah, it was great to get on there, actually. Ken has invited me on in the past. And it's one of those things that our schedules haven't really coincided until this lockdown. And he invited me on an hour before we actually filmed that interview. So it was very short notice. And as I said to him, because he didn't even have in-depth notes for the questions. So he says, I'm just, we're going to fly by the seat of our pants. I'm going to, kind of just like go with the flow, roll with it, see where we get to. And I said to him afterwards, I said, it feels like it was a great interview. And I said, sometimes not having a plan, not having questions written down is the best way of doing interviews. It's much more organic, much more natural, and much less stilted. And it's actually the way I tend to interview people, and have done ever since I worked on commercial radio. I used to get sent out a lot to do interviews with bands. I was young once, and I can remember I must have been about 19, 20, getting sent to hotels to interview bands. I'd turn up with a Ewer, which is a portable reel-to-reel thing, and it was like in a big satchel. And you'd have a microphone that would be plugged in, and you'd press the button, and you'd do an interview like that. It's like incredibly old school. And you look back now and you think, how did we ever manage to put radio shows together? But we did. It's just how we did it, on 1/4-inch tape. Steamboit 1A, can I have a shout out? Certainly you can. A big shout out to Steamboit 1A. FMR Station House, 200 foot O gauge, nice. We have 150 feet, I'm more than happy, but another 50 feet would be cool. That's it with model railways. You never have enough space. It doesn't matter how big you make it. Just check everything's running. How big you make it, you always want a bit more space. Up here is huge compared to the previous layout that I had in the garden shed. And I'll be honest with you, I thought that this would be like, wow, I will never need any more space. This is great. I can put everything I want in. It's built now. I need more space. And it's true. No matter how much space you have, you will always fill it and need a little bit more besides. Also, track at the moment is really difficult to come by. Excuse me, I think I mentioned this last week. I talked to Steve Haynes at Pico, and there's no production at the moment. They are just not making anything. So effectively, the warehouse is empty. So everything's been shipped out. And a lot of shops are now running very low on track. So I've noticed that 00 is pretty much out of stock everywhere. O gauge, out of stock everywhere. 009 is becoming very difficult to get. I noticed the point work, don't seem to be able to get that. And the flexi track is in very short supply. And certainly for a lot of other things. I guess if you're building a fiddle yard on your layout, it might be worth considering, I don't know what the price differential is, but the 016.5 track, if you model in 00 or HO, for any hidden areas, if you're desperate for flexi track, for areas where it's not going to be on show, you might have to go for the 016.5, because I think it's about the only stuff of the appropriate gauge you're going to find. James Moody says, I've certainly made more progress on my layout in the last, 6 weekish than the last 15 years. Certainly, and it's one of the great things, I think, with the hobby that we've got. So, a lot of other people with creative hobbies would say much the same. That is a godsend, because it gives you something to do, something to fill the time, something to channel your creativity into. And when you're stuck at home, your biggest enemy is boredom. So yes, it has been great to be able to get on and build layouts, and I've talked to so many people who have said exactly the same. So yeah, I'm guessing a lot of layouts have come on in leaps and bounds. Richard Swiderski, been on internet most of the afternoon looking for a Hatton's Andrew Barkley 040 CPC, but finding it impossible. Yes, you can blame me for that. I reviewed that Loco when they first came out. It was that and the P class in Southeastern Chatham Railway Austerity Grey that I reviewed and caused it to sell out. So let's have a look. Let's just make sure my big fat belly is not on display. It's horrible. I know, I look like I'm pregnant. So there is the CPC. Is this what you were looking for? And for anybody who was wondering about the P class, that was this one as well. So I reviewed both of these quite some time ago now when they first came out, and I have to say, for me, the P class in the grey, I just thought I'd go for something a little bit unusual, was why I picked it. And at the time, the fully ornate SECR livery had not yet come out. I think they were at the tail end of the first batch. So I bought that and it just sold out. With this, I have to say, I like to, my exhibition layout is inspired heavily by Trafford Park. So when this came out, it was a no-brainer. As a Trafford Park resident locomotive that lasted there right through into the 1970s, there was no way I wasn't going to buy one. So there you have it. And I did the reviews and they sold out because people just fell for their charm. So really sorry that you're struggling to find them, but these are not for sale. But yeah, it's a shame really. I did ask Hatton's, and maybe I'll ask them tomorrow if I remember, if they'll do, if they would consider doing a second run of the Austerity Grey ones, maybe with a different running number. And I guess never say never on that, but for the CPC one, I'm not sure whether they would. There was only one locomotive in that livery. Let's have a look. A big hello to McBenman1, hi to you. St Mary Church Model Railway. Hi Jenny, just got a 3F from Rails of Sheffield, £82. Yeah, there's some really good deals out there. Bankman DCC Fitted just posted a video about it. Yeah, there's some great bargains out at the moment. David Cook, Jenny, after watching your review on the Hornby J15, I bought one and it is a superb runner. Regards, Dave. Well, thank you very much. I feel so honoured when people actually listen to me. But yeah, it's somewhere up there. The J15 is actually a really good model, it has to be said. Josh's Train Room, I ordered a few models since the lockdown. So far I've bought something every month of this year. Oh, you're not quite as bad as me then. I've bought something nearly every week of this year. My name's Jenny Kirk. I've got a model railway problem. David, oh no, sorry, just read that one out. The Growler Blackwood N-gauge layout. Used Hatton's oil spill kit at the weekend on my layout. Impressed with it and uploaded a review of it from an N-gauge perspective. Interesting. I must get around to road testing some of those. I wouldn't mind giving it a go because somewhere behind me over here, that's my shed area, and I think actually it'll really make it look nice and lived in, somewhat used and pretty genuine, with a bit of grime and oil and muck and filth. So maybe that's one thing I should talk to them about. I think a review of that should be in the pipeline. Now I do have a load of stuff in the pipeline for review. I've already shown you the Thompson 01, which is what I got recently in the Rails of Sheffield sale, and also Tim's Trains very kindly sent 3 locomotives. So I know I've already reviewed one of them some time ago. I've already got the board, a beautiful little locomotive. So I did a review of this, I think probably about a year to 18 months ago. So do go and check that out. But I've just filmed a review of one of the other locomotives that he sent, including a comparison with a previous version that was in the Backman range. And then there's a third one to go as well. And a lot of people saying, do you have a Flying Scotsman? Well, thanks very much to Tim's Trains, because of him, I do have a Flying Scotsman now. Let me just put that away. Oh, yeah. Let's go with a different camera angle. Hey, cameras are all working today. Touch wood. Right, let's have a look. FMR Station House. Don't send me looking at more shops. We're saving for Loco 3 on the garden layout. It is infectious, isn't it? And the O-gauge models are incredible. Daypol have really shaken up the market. I mean, there's some great models coming through from Helgen as well in O-gauge. But in terms of value for money, I've found that the Daypol locomotives and the rolling stock as well offers incredible value for money. You know, in the Daypol sale at the moment, they may have sold out now, but they had some incredible deals on Midland 3F Ginties for £150, I think it was. And also they had some great deals on with some of the wagons for about the 25 quid mark. I mean, double O-gauge wagons are getting to that kind of level, so, you know, they are incredibly good value. In terms of Daypol models, if you haven't already got, do check out their O-gauge Sentinel. That is a great model. The 3F Ginty, I don't have one of those, but I really do want one. I've also got one of their, in fact I've got 2 of their pannier tanks. Those are a superb model. And I've got 2 of the Terriers as well. I really do like them. They were the first model that they brought to the market. And I'm really looking forward to some of the others. The 14XX042 Auto Tank, those just recently come out. When Daypol get back in the office, they've promised to send me one for review, so I'll be able to take a good closer look at that. And I'm really looking forward to that. So Ben Tullett, I would love to be doing some more model shopping, but the websites aren't very good on my phone. I have to say, actually, I order from Rails of Sheffield an awful lot at the moment, and I tend to do that through my phone when I'm out at work. And actually, I've got used to doing it through my phone. It's not too bad. Some of the websites are a bit rubbish. I have to say, Kerno Model Centre, you've got some great offers on with some especially commissioned wagons, but your website is absolutely garbage for getting through, even on a desktop computer. It can be hard work. You know, they make it difficult with a subcategory after subcategory after subcategory. It's like, for God's sake, just show me all the bargains and let me, you know, put a filter on it if needs be by scale or whatever. But, you know, I want to see the whole lot, not just like, oh, now, and do you want to see wagons? Do you want to see Backman or Hornby wagons? Do you want to see four-wheeled wagons or bogeyed wagons? And it just goes on and on and on. So yeah, Kerno Model Centre, not the greatest website, but they've got some really great offers on at the moment, so do check them out. Ben Davis, can't wait to watch you with Hattons. Are two YouTube are the best model railway channels ever? Oh, well, thank you very much. That is incredibly kind of you to say. Ian Ryan says 23-year-old homebrewed stout and a grouse whiskey here. Cheers. I love you. I've only had a few to drink. I'm not hardly drunk at all. Right. Fat Wallet Boy 2 says, does Hornby do special commissions, or if I just misunderstood? I believe that Hornby do special commissions, but they're much fewer and further between. And one of the reasons for this is that the minimum order quantity from Hornby is a lot higher than with Bachmann. With Bachmann, they will let you order 500 models as a minimum, but with Hornby, I believe it's either 1,000 or 1,500, which actually makes most special commissions uneconomical. I have seen them done in the past. The one that springs immediately to mind is Model Zone. They commissioned a mainline liveried Class 9 shunter. Can't remember its exact number. It may have been 09016 or something like that. But it didn't sell particularly well, or it certainly hung around and got remaindered towards the end. The problem was, I think, there just were too many of them. They saturated the market. So, yes, but with that caveat. Let's have a look. I'm going to... Ooh, Somerset Andy. I got my Hornby Class 56 from Kerno. Ordered Friday, arrived Saturday. Yeah, Kerno's service is incredibly good. It's just a website. And it's not just Kerno. A lot of websites for model shops do tend to be not as good as they could be. Mark Wilson says, yes, the queue at my local model shop went round the corner. I don't know what that's a reply to. I think I've probably missed a comment somewhere. Paul Jessen says, that more space comment is like a bishop's comment long ago about organists, like cart horses, always longing for the next stop. Skipsy Trains, I remember the Ewer from my hospital and college radio days. Radio is easy today. They don't know they're born. They don't know they're born. Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. For those of us who were old school, who got brought up in the days of Chinograph pencil, razor blades, and sticky tape, and you know, it's a different world now. I mean, I was at the tail end of all of that, with the Sonifax cartridges with all the jingles and adverts on, and it was all analogue. So you had your cart stacks. We used to have the radio station I worked at. We used to have in each studio there'd be a stack of 3, so like, it was one unit and it had 3 slots, so you could play 3 different carts. They all play out through the same channel, and we'd have 2 stacks of 3, so you'd have 2 channels on the desk, and you'd be like racking in adverts and jingles, hitting play, the one that had stopped re-queued itself, pull it out, put the next one in. Gosh, it was great fun. I used to do the graveyard shift, and we used to do all the editing on Studio Revoxes, outside stuff, interviews on a Ewer, and yeah, it was great fun. But it came to an end, and that's really at the point that I lost interest in radio. When it all went digital and went on the computer, it kind of ground the fun out of it for me. You no longer felt like you were the pioneer on that frontier of entertainment. You were just another gear in the mechanism. Oh my word, Wardle Road has donated £4.99 on the Super Chat. I'm going to have to, right, and it's what I always say, if I missed your comment, it's not because I'm ignoring you, it's just so many have come in. I'm going to flick, good God, I am well behind on the comments. Wardle Road says, been a while since I dropped a Super Chat. Put this towards another O-Gauge Loco. I've now got all sorts to bring to your garden layout next time. Oh wow, that is incredibly generous of you. Donating £4.99 on the Super Chat. A big thank you for that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this lockdown ending. We'll get the garden railway up and running. Mine's actually a very basic layout. It really only runs properly on DCC, and the reason for that is the back EMF. It needs back EMF for the gradients. But yeah, looking forward to that. Hopefully, by then I will have the Daypol 042 Auto Tank through review, and looking forward to running that on the layout. Trying to think what locomotives I've got. I've got 2 Terriers, one in London and South Western Railway livery, one in Southern Railway livery. I've got a BR Black pannier tank. I've got the NCB Green pannier tank. And I've got an NCB Blue Sentinel. I think that's all the O-gauge locomotives I've got. But yeah, big thanks for that. Very, very generous of you. I hope I haven't missed anybody else's super chats. I've been waxing lyrical, and I hope I've not missed anything. Evan Forst asks, anyone have a rough estimate on Hatton's shipping times to Canada? Not entirely sure, but one thing I would say to you, if you live outside of the European Union, you don't have to pay VAT. Now, VAT, value added tax, is 20% in the UK. So, places like Kernow, Hatton's, Rails of Sheffield, and other retailers will not charge you that 20%. The prices you see on the website are inclusive of VAT. So, the price you pay drops by 20% because you don't have to pay that, and that normally covers your postage. So effectively, the prices you see, think of them as being post-free. In terms of rough estimate on time, I really don't know. I've got no experience of buying from abroad, but I can't imagine it's all that long. So the best thing to do would be to contact them and just check that with them, maybe. Adams Railway, interesting. I find Hatton's website to be the worst. It's just because I always find the Hatton's website to be reasonably good, I must admit. Flymo Chairman 1, big hello to you. I've got and I've missed so many people's comments because I've been waxing lyrical far back. Let's have a look. Oh, interesting. Ben Tull, it says Gauge Master also have double O gauge track as well, but don't know what it's like. I reckon it'll be alright. Skipsy Train says received the bargain Hornby 56 rail freight from Rails of Sheffield today. I pondered buying it for a while, and then when you mentioned it, I had to get the order in before it disappeared, which it did. I must admit, I am denied over that Class 56 as well. So we've got Creeping Jane in, evening to you. Did I see a 47 on the layout the other week, Jenny? Yes, you did. And this is the Somerset Andy Class 47, which is currently up here. So yes, that's the Class 47, a Bachmann Class 47 that was trundling around the layout. So I think in terms of BR diesels, the only ones that I'm lacking that I actually really want, Class 15, I can get them from Helgen. I've got my eye on the Sherwood Green liveried one as the carriage heating unit. I'm trying to think what others I really want. The Class 35 is starting to grow on me, it has to be said. Really want a Class 40, do definitely want one. And Class 56. And then also, I do quite like the electric, so I've got my eye on a Class 77, and then an 86 and an 87, and the 91. Gosh, my wish list goes on and on and on, it has to be said. Somerset Andy says, Jenny, have you sent Zoe to bed? No, she's probably downstairs on the Xbox. Wardle Road, excited for a loco. Oh, you got the Class 128 and O-gauge. Got it for 225 down from 600. Yeah, they're around at a really good price at the moment. I'm really intrigued by that. Which livery did you go for? You probably said in the chat, but I'm sort of like way back. Ben Davis asks, hi Jennifer, will you get pack of 3 BR 27-ton MSV iron ore tipplers from Hornby? I am really tempted. Now, Hornby did promise me back in January that they would send me the single pack of the MSV tippler, and I'm really looking forward to that. That was for review purposes. I don't know if they've forgotten or not. I'll give them a couple of weeks and then gently remind. But essentially, I already know which items I'm getting for review as the range goes through. Now, I've made sure that what they're offering to send me for review is not the same items that I have on order. So in terms of locomotives, I already went like, you know, I was going to buy them anyway. It would be insincere of me to get Hornby, to try and get Hornby to send me an item that I was going to buy anyway. So In terms of locomotives, you already know a few of them, but I do have one of the W1 Hush Hushes on order for review as well. The Duchess of Athol as well on order. The Rocket, still waiting for that. The T9 in London and South Western Railway livery. But in terms of wagons and coaches, the Tippler is on the list to be reviewed. But I don't have it just yet. Let's just change the camera angle. There we are. FMR Station House says, Wall Road, we almost bought another one today. We're going to wait for a couple of weeks. Yeah, the Class 128. I've got the Helgen 00 version, and it really is a nice locomotive. And I must admit, I am very tempted by a Class 128 in O gauge as well. Melchester Model Railway says, my favourite website for ease of use is Model Railways Direct. I've heard a lot about them, actually, but never ordered from them. Must put that right at some point. Wardle Road says, Keith, yes, I've been on the phone with Chris from Huntsheath. Oh, it just jumped. Been a great help. Looking around, £110 for full upgraded sound. That's actually a pretty good price, actually, for sound. Yeah, I think I'll get it in next month. Currently trying to sort all of my rolling stock. Yeah, never forget the rolling stock as well. Dundee Road says, I'd love to get to work on some sites, make them better. I can imagine as well, there's a lot of websites, and it's not just retailers. There's some of the manufacturers as well. They roll out their site upgrade, and it's actually, what are you doing? You made it worse. I mean, there's one manufacturer in particular, Bachmann, who upgraded their website and made it a load of junk, to be honest with you. Much preferred the older version. It was so much more intuitive and helpful. Let's have a look. Bosch. New Mills Model Railway, Chasewater Railway Model Shop still has good stock of Pico, Set Track and Streamline Code 100. So definitely worth giving them a call. I know quite a few people are desperate to get hold of track at the moment. Flymo Chairman 1 says, I'm okay, not very well over the weekend. Sorry to hear. Still feeling like I just got up. Wait, I just did. Chris Hales, Heritage Railway. Ollie gets it back in food at Jenny's. LOL. Oh, no. He's a good little boy, is our Ollie. Flymo Chairman 1 says, bladder infection. Enough said. Oh, you have my sympathy. I do suffer from time to time with cystitis. So, oh my word, and I'm just going to skip ahead because we've had another incredibly generous, I've just got low power, I need to put that in a moment, but Huey's Train Layout, a big thank you, donating £10 on the Super Chat. That is incredibly generous. Huey's Trains Layout says, put this towards your guide and layout. I certainly will, actually. I'm going to put that towards some a rolling stock. Although one of the other things, actually, I'm quite interested in doing is putting some of the Bachmann Scene Craft buildings. They do some O-gauge ones, certainly did. And that will certainly go a long way towards that. So thank you ever so much for that. That is amazingly generous. So big thank you to Huey's Train Layout. Alan Bevan says, hi Jenny, hope you're well. Does your Class 37 have sound? Yes, my 37s, plural, have sound. I have got a Horby TTS sound fitted into my Bachmann Eisteddfod Genethlaethol, which is the one in Regional Railways livery. I need to replace the speaker because I'm not happy with the sound quality and believe the speaker is letting it down rather than anything else. And then I've also got another Bachmann Class 37 in weathered rails. I call it small logo blue. It says, the one with the little logo. And that's got the Econotrax budget sound decoder in. And actually, that's a really good sound decoder for the price. Paul Jessen says, the Duchess of Athol was my older brother's first loco. When he got it for Christmas, father and his friend were so busy playing with it, my brother was back to his wind-up train. I can sympathise with that. When I was little, I was allowed to watch my dad showing me how the model train set worked. Robert Henchey says, hi Jenny, hope you're staying safe. Being on lockdown, going through the train collection, found Found some I forgot I had. It does happen, actually. David Watt says, which Hush Hush have you ordered? I'm wanting the original in green and the rebuilt one in LNER blue. Now, one thing I will say is you really do need to get those orders in. A lot of places are selling out to pre-order on that. It has proven to be very, very popular. I've ordered the one in the pre-rebuild, so the original condition, and I can't remember which one. They've got like 2 different ones up in the original condition. I honestly couldn't tell you what the difference between the 2 is, but that's the version I've got. So the LNER one with the original marine water tube boiler. Andy 1962 says, so true, Jenny, with regards to the Bachmann website. Yeah, couldn't believe it. They downgraded it, and that is just what it did. They totally downgraded it. It was much easier to use before. Bluegrass Rail fan, a big afternoon and evening to you too. Great to see you. And Logan Clary, apart from size and detail, why is O-Gauge so expensive? Well, it used to be the case that O-Gauge, you were talking hundreds and hundreds of pounds, if not thousands of pounds. And I don't know why. I think originally a lot of them were more at the hand-built end of the model spectrum. But in this day and age, I think the market's really been mixed up. Daypol launched their range of ready-to-run O-Gauge, and they brought them out at proper ready-to-run prices. And I think what it's done is, there may have been an element of, well, we charge this because that's what the market will stand originally. And Daypol have come in and gone, nah, come on, that's being silly. And they've shaken the market up. And I guess before there was an element of the market was prepared to pay many hundreds of pounds for a basic loco, so that's what the market got charged. But the price differential is not what it used to be now. Wardle Road says, I've gone from not having enough track to too much O-Gauge track, possible extension maybe. I must admit, when I built my O-Gauge Garden Railway, I ended up with quite a lot of spare O-Gauge track left over. And what I actually did was, it just ended up in storage, tucked out of the way for a while. And then I built a small O-Gauge end-to-end shunting layout, principally to provide a photographic backdrop for the O-Gauge models that I was reviewing. So a sizable chunk of the leftover O-Gauge track I had went into that. I've also used some to do some repairs on the Garden Railway. We had a tree that in the winter storms were being blown backwards and forwards, and it's caused the ground to move because the tree's moved in there somewhere. It does need to get chopped down. And it pulled apart some of the track. So the track was then too short to fit. I ended up with a gap probably about 5mm between the rail ends. And the only way I could fix it was using some more of the leftover flexi track I had and actually relaying a section of the garden line with new track. So I actually have the set track curves that were originally in there, but that's where all my spare track has ended up going. And also I had a little piece that I turned into an O-Gauge programming track. I got sick and tired of having to wing it programming O-Gauge stuff. See, Dundee Road says, a few use WordPress. This is with regards to website. Yeah, probably not the most secure way of doing things. Ben Tullett, I think a lot of other preserved railway model shops have a great stock of model railway track, but don't have web shop sites. Certainly, if you're looking for 009, then the Festiniog Railway shop at Porthmadog would very much appreciate your custom. I know I've heard from a friend of mine who's a big 009 modeler that he supported them by buying one of the Helgen Manning Wardle 262 lids and a whole bunch of track and wagons. He says it's not the cheapest, but you do know when you buy from there that you are supporting a very good cause in the form of helping to keep the railway open and running in this very difficult time. Well, not so much open, but actually, you know, they've still got to pay staff, they've still got to maintain the infrastructure, and all of that's got to be done with no income from passengers. Jamie Smith, you the legend, smash that likes, let's reach 150. Well, there's 198 people in at the moment, so we can certainly do this. Come on, we can do this. Andrew Johnson says, why haven't you done another virtual model railway tour? The reason for this is it's manifold. Firstly, workload. We're just simply struggling with time. Secondly, I felt that it was almost like there was too much content going up on the channel. And I know that may sound a little bit like an oxymoron, but you kind of get a sensory overload where when there ends up with being so much stuff and subscribers come to the channel and they see you've done like 10, 20 hours worth of video that they've not yet watched, it kind of turns them off. It's like it becomes overwhelming, and that's another reason. Now, whilst a lot of people do watch these live streams live, as you guys are doing now, much in the way more of the audience comes later on catch up. And if I have back-to-back, as was, 2-3 hour shows, that's suddenly 6 hours for people to catch up on. And it just felt like it was too much. And so, as part of the reorganisation of the channel content, we got rid of the Saturday video, we got rid of the virtual Sunday, and we shortened the Monday Club to 2 hours. Now, I know a lot of people tend to drift off in the final hour anyway. So we've combined some of the virtual model railway stuff with show a few of your videos towards the end of this stream, but that's the reason why. Robertson says, Jed, you're running an auto train, need more coaches. An auto train? I'm guessing you're talking about the one with the car flats. They're just my Bachmann suburban coaches in BR Rail Blue, but I don't actually have any auto coaches at all, it has to be said. Baker's R Junction asks, do you have a Yeoman Class 59? I don't actually. I don't do modern image. I know that the Class 59 came out in the late 80s, so it's actually still at the end of BR, but it's not a locomotive that ever tickled my fancy. The Class 60 is another one, and I just can't find an interest in it. It's one of those things that just not for me. Gary Lewis says, hi Jenny, I give Model Railways Direct the thumbs up too. Plenty of items on the website to browse through. When it reopens, their shop in Portishead is well stocked, local to me, so a good visit. Excellent. Alex Pomeroy, hello Jenny, have you got a Rails Terrier on pre-order, and if so, which one? I've gone for Brighton in improved engine green. Is that the burnt umber one? Now, I haven't ordered Brighton, and the reason for this is that Hornby are actually sending me later this year, when it comes out, their version of Brighton. So I felt it would be silly to have two identical locomotives. I'm not a complete glutton for punishment. So I haven't yet ordered a Rails Terrier, it has to be said. I have spent a huge amount of money with Rails, and I'm kind of scared having too many pre-orders. I got the W1 on pre-order with them. I've got the Duchess of Atholl on pre-order with them. The Hornby Rocket Sat on pre-order with them. The T9 in LSWR Uri Green on pre-order. So there's 4 expensive locos there. And I just kind of had to say, look, oh, and the D-Class as well. There's another one. There's 2 of them on order. So I haven't ordered one. But if I was going to order one, I'm guessing it would be one of the other named LBSC ones in the improved engine green. But I couldn't tell you which one exactly. That said, actually, the London and South Western Railway version, I don't know if they've actually announced that, but that is another one which does take my fancy. I've got it in O gauge, so it's possibly one which would be on my radar. Shane's Train says, based on videos I've watched, European Bachmann products seem to be of far better quality than American, even the starter kits. Is this anything you have experienced or comment on? Now, continental Europe models have always seemed to be very far ahead of the competition. This has always been the case, going even back to the 1960s. And I can remember discovering for the first time Hornby HO, which was kind of the sister product to Hornby 00, a lot less well known, but Meccano did break into the European market and had a whole range of 8-show models to suit mostly French outline models. And compared to the UK outline stuff, they were streets ahead. And some of those models still, even now, do kind of hold their own. So it's always been the case. I remember in the 1980s seeing Fleischmann models in specialist shops and just thinking how amazing they were compared to the essentially Hornby Railroad models, because that was what Hornby was selling at the time. It was quite simply what is now in the Railroad range. Yeah, I can well believe that the European outline models are so much better, but they are a lot more expensive. Bluegrass Rail Fence has got a Farish train set, Class 27, Class 8, and 8 Mark 1 coaches. Wanted those so badly for my Class 50, so I went crazy when I found them. Good for you. And I don't think you'll be disappointed with those. It's definitely some good stuff there. Flymo Chairman one says, yeah, I had a bit of Dad showing me the layout on Christmas morning. It was an oval of track. Very much, I think it was about 18 months before my mum finally smacked my dad and went, you will let her have a go. But yeah. Bluegrass Rail Fence says, I also picked up 81 Pico wagons last week, so I have plenty of stuff to run. My word, you have been trigger happy on the buy button there. Wardwell Road, O-Gauge really isn't as expensive as some people think. It's about finding the right deals. Absolutely well said. At the moment, there's some really great deals out there. But even at the normal selling price, some of the Daypole locomotives are about the kind of price, if not slightly cheaper, than you would pay for a 00 model. And just remember, you get a lot of model for your money in O-Gauge. If you have a layout, you need far less stock. So take Ware Yard, for example. Up here, there's many hundreds, I've not actually counted them, I don't know the exact number, but there's certainly in excess of maybe 400 to 500 wagons alone. If I had an O-Gauge layout in this same space, this would look super crowded with maybe just 50 wagons. And you know, I've got over 200 locomotives now, and actually in O-Gauge this layout would be crowded with 20 in this kind of space. You don't need anywhere near the amount of stuff. Let's have a look. AD Pullen, tar for live stream, Jenny. Night all, keep safe. Well, look, you take care too. Good night to you, and hopefully see you next time. David Watts, put my order in with the local shop. WD models in Chesterfield. The day after the new range was showcased, about 1,000 quid's worth. Oh my word, but it so easily happens, doesn't it? So now, just so long as all of that doesn't turn up on the same day. FMR Station House says, if I had more track, I would have to put that extra 80 feet in. Gosh, yeah, if you've got the space, use it. Daryl Hearn, yeah, it was expensive years ago, but it's now been levelled much more. Definitely agree, Wardwell Road, about the O-Gauge. Yeah, definitely. Andrew Johnson, why haven't you done another virtual I think it's jumped back to where it was. I've already answered that one. John Nutman says, my dad wants some O-Gauge track. Probably best checking out some of the smaller, less well-known retailers and seeing if they've got any still in stock. Keith Edward, right, yeah. Ronald Morritt, what are the two dark blue coaches that are trundling around Ware Yard? Those are Bachmann Mark I Suburban coaches, but in the very late rail blue livery. Now, as far as I'm aware, they didn't last very long in that livery. The Mark I Suburbans were a very early casualty of the Mark I rolling stock when BR did away with non-corridor coaches. I believe some of them went through into departmental use, getting used to breakdown trains and the like, but by and large they were gone by the late 1970s at the very least, possibly even by the mid-1970s. As far as I'm aware, none of them ever got the blue-grey livery, it was just plain blue. Nick Neumann says, hi Jenny, sorry I'm late, been busy making the Daypole brake van. Oh, don't worry, you can always catch up with anything that you've missed after this video is finished. it gets uploaded and becomes a regular video on YouTube, so you can watch to your heart's content, catch up with anything that you missed, and rewatch anything that you want to watch again. Wardle Road says, exactly, this is about the, keeping an eye on the bargains, and it needn't be too expensive to go O-Gauge. Except the locos, my whole setup has cost well under £500. And I must admit, the track for up here, including all the point work, cost me more than £500. Wardle Road says, Jenny, I think you missed my comment before. I did, actually. But the delivery on the 128 was the Royal Mail Parcels one. Good choice. Anfield Road Layout in the Loft says, smash the like button. Oh, yes, certainly. As the Fly My Chairman one as well says as well. Anish Parab says, this is my first time in chat. Welcome to you. Always great to have new people aboard, and I hope you're enjoying the stream. FMR has had to head off, so good night to FMR. Ron Stanbridge, hello to you. Actually, no, I think I did say hello to you before. Back my internet stopped. Right, your internet stopped. Yes, it's been a bit flaky all day for quite a few people. Melchester Model Railway. Jenny has rationalised her channel. I don't like that. It suggests I've done a Dr. Beaching on it. Mini Wistaston Junction. Bye to Tim. Goodbye to you, Tim. You take care. Also, yes, well said. Don't forget to turn in for going live to socialise tomorrow at 1500. So don't forget there. You can join FMR, Family Model Railway. I think I'm well behind on the comments again. Daryl Hurst says, yes please Wardle Road, I'm currently starting an OO gauge in Present Garden, will it be on YouTube? I believe Wardle Road has put a few of his OO gauge videos up on YouTube. And indeed, yes, on tomorrow night, so don't forget to check out the Wardle Road night live stream tomorrow night. I think it's 19:45, but do correct me if I've got the time wrong there. Ron Stampridge, go to Fancop Miniature Railway today, as had to start Locos Cut Grass. Oh, wow. Right. Donald Thompson says, Jenny, good evening. Could you turn the volume up, please? It's really struggling to hear you. I'll turn it up a little bit, but it may be on your end. Mini Wistaston Junction is very busy working on Engage, start a new project, just uploading a small vid to show what we're doing. I think how far behind I am on the comments. Oh my word. Paul Jessen says, you mentioned Fleischmann. We need a minute's silence. The demise of Fleischmann HO and their excellent track. Did they not get bought out by somebody else? James Petts, O-Gauge can look lovely, but goodness, one does need a huge amount of space to get a larger layout. Very much so. That's why it's ideal actually for the garden. John Nutman, can someone put a link up for Kerno Models website, please? Yeah, if one of the mods would be able to do that, that'd be grand. Yeah, Daryl Hearn, very much so. Can't wait to get mine running. Nice to sit in the garden with a beer and a train. Lettuce Trains, it's the Helgen Class 7, a goodbye. I can see it there. Yes, the Helgen Class 7 is a great loco. I really do like it. Now, I think it's a lubricator mechanism. It's very delicate on the side. Be careful handling it. But it's pretty easy to DCC fit, and it is an excellent runner. I would love to get some more, actually. I've got my eye on 07002, which I think is the factory weathered example, and 07009, which is another tops numbered regular version. There was an 07005 released in the last tranche, but it's sold out very, very quick, and I never managed to get one. I do have this kind of craving to maybe, over time, get every single tops blue Class 7 shunter that was ever about. Bluegrass Railfan, being stuck at home has probably made me go crazy with the train purchase. You and me both. Conventions I planned on going to this summer have been cancelled too. Alan Bevan, is it possible for you to train that crosses over from your inside tracks to the outside tracks? I appreciate your busy and exciting layout. To see the full layout running with an access all areas tour, I did send a camera wagon round I did that. Just now plug that. Actually, talking to cameras. I think that's probably fully charged by now. My video on, I think it was Wednesday, just gone, is an access all areas tour. So I can't play with the trains whilst also doing the live stream. But certainly, if you want to see the access all areas tour, I'm just going to move that. I think that is, yes, it is in shot. The access all areas tour of Weir Yard is the best way to see everything, including a trip into the fiddle yard underneath. James Petts says, I approve of busy and exciting layouts. Yes, you certainly do. Yeah, James Petts says, those Mark 1 Suburbans were last used on the Moorgate Suburban services in London, I think, all by Class 31s. That was the mid to late 1970s. That does ring a bell. Using the Hotel Curve Tunnel at King's Cross, I believe. In fact, I think they were the last trains to actually use them. Andrew Johnson says, have you ever tried building a Parkside Dundas O-gauge wagon kit? I tried my first one whilst on lockdown. It is much more fun building a wagon than going to the shop to buy a new one. I'm not a big fan of wagon kits, but I have built the Parkside Dundas LMS ventilated van, and actually it did work out okay. Big hello to Not Lobia Model World. Hi to you. It says, glad you're staying safe. Thank you very much. And it's really good to hear from you, Les. We've been talking, Les and I, it's Les Cliff, if anybody's wondering, about it's been building the back scene for, if I change the camera angles, will it come up? Is it visible? On the extreme right hand side, you'll see the retaining wall just underneath the chat. And Les has been doing the back scene for that area. And he's making it out of old Metcalf kits and scale scene kits that he had in his scrap box. And he's done such an amazing job. I'm really looking forward for lockdown to end so that that can all get fitted in. Really am looking forward to that. But I hope you're staying safe, Les, and it's great to see you in the stream. Chris Hales, Heritage Rower, Virgin says it's fixed now. We'll see. Donald Thompson says, sorry Jenny, gotta go, I've had enough of straining to hear you. Well, I did turn the sound up. What's the sound like for anybody else? Wardle Road says, Jenny, I feel sorry for you trying to keep up with his comments. By the time you got to the bottom, another 100 appear. Unfortunately, that just tends to be par for the course these days. So do let me know what the sound's like. We've had somebody not happy about the sound. I don't know whether they had a volume knob at their end. Nod Lobia Model World says sounds fine here. Andy 1962, Kerno models have Hornby Class 56 at $99.99, rail freight livery. Does anyone have one? Very tempted, just wondering if any good. But yeah, somebody said in the comments earlier on that they'd got one. I can't remember who it was, but it's certainly one I've had my eye on. And it's the same deal that Rails had, although Rails is now sold out. Anfield Road Layout in the Loft says, Jenny, I'm going live tomorrow at 1, live with Anfield Road Layout in the Loft. David Curry says 08765. Is that, I think, is that the Class 8 that's going round? 08765, I can... No, 08721 is the Rail Express one that's doing the rounds. Let's have a look. Andy 1962 says, yeah, Fleischmann were taken over by Roco. I suspected stuff. Let's have a look. Andrew Davis, going back a bit, BBC used mini discs. Whatever happened to them? I used mini discs in my career in radio. Never liked them. One expression that is springs to mind: bit rate error. They had a tendency to go corrupt, and that was their great downfall. Robert Nisbet says, hi Jenny, great show. Have you got time to put your Q1 on? I'm afraid not at the moment. It's one of those things. In the live stream, we've got another 20 minutes to go, and I want to fit in some of your model railways that you've been sending in. So I'm not going to change any of the locos at the moment, maybe for next week. Ian Ryan says, does anyone do a hopper wagon kit? I have a feeling that Pico do the LNER 21-ton hopper kit. Letters Train says, is the Helgen Class 7 compatible with a Hornby decoder and select? That's what I would use. It's a 6-pin chassis. I would personally recommend the Trainomatic 6-pin decoder, but also Lens are pretty good. ESU too. I have a feeling that I think mine's actually got the Trainomatic decoder in, but I have test fitted it with a Lens one before now. So as far as the Hornby one's concerned, personally I think they're a bit pricey for a 6-pin decoder. Ian Ryan says sound is loud and clear. Alex Pomeroy says sounds fine. Volume's fine for James Petts. Keith Edwards, sound fine. Paul Power, okay here. I guess whoever it was who decided that they were straining themselves haven't quite worked out their volume went up to the top. Yeah, everybody else is fine with the sound. Yeah. Flymo Chairman says, fine, I turned the volume up. Yeah, that's what I was trying to suggest to the guy, but you know. Skipsy Trades, yes, I got the Hornby 56, approximately £90 from Rails, lovely model. It is a great model from Hornby, and I just wish that they would release it more often in more guises. I'd like the small logo blue Class 56 version. I know it was out a while ago. Apparently quite a hard one to find second hand. Creeping Jane asks, ancient Hornby Class 77 or Olivia's? It has to be the Olivia's one, which is actually from Helgen, but you can get it from Happens if you don't intend to go through the... I've never actually ordered from Olivia's, just putting that out there, but I see so many horror stories about people saying what the service can be like. Multiplier Fish Bash says, nice mic. Yeah, that's a... what is it? A Sennheiser? Or is it a... Behringer? Because I know it's the same make as the desk, so if I look at the soundboard... yeah, it's a Behringer. Robert Cesare says, what about the Acura scale hopper? I just happen to have one of those to hand. It's the only O-gauge wagon I've got up here. But there is the Acura scale O-gauge hopper. It is a great model. I describe it as being the Rolls-Royce of O-gauge wagons, and I stand by that comment. And as you can see here, you can get a really great weathering finish going on the wagon. Really pleased with how the weathering turned out. You can check out my full review of this wagon. I did a video review of it, and then I did a further video showing you how to do this weathering using nothing more than Humbrol Rust weathering wash. So it's definitely one to have on your radar. Let's go for a different camera angle. Wardle Road says, Jenny, what do you recommend for 21-pin decoders for O-gauge? Now, I've used both Dapol Imperium, which are recommended for use. It's what Dapol use for supplying factory-fitted their O-gauge locomotives. So if in doubt, Dapol Imperium are about. But I've also used with great success the Trainomatic 21-pin decoders. I think there are quite a few that will work. Just make sure that the decoder you use is capable of putting out the amount of ampage that an O-gauge model might draw. That said, newer Helgen and Dapol O-gauge models are actually got no bigger draw, generally speaking, than double O models. So anything that will work in double O should generally work in O-gauge. Yeah, Andy 1962, I would agree with you on that. Lens do great decoders, definitely. Gas Street Sidings, hello, haven't been around for a while, but I'm back. A big hello to you, welcome back, Gas Street Sidings. Don't forget to tickle that like button. And anybody else, tickle the like button. Paul Jessen, sound, if your modem is tired, it will mess with sound and video, even making voices lower pitched. I had that yesterday to the online church service. Yeah, put a solution, reboot your modem, and if that doesn't help, reboot the computer. Yes, never underestimate the power of turning it off and turning it back on again. Yeah, Shelston Eastgate. Rock and roll, man. My speakers go up to 11. I always love a good Spinal Tap quote. Sennheiser, make good mic. Behringer, okay. Yeah, sorry, it's Behringer. I said Sennheiser. Get confused with what I see in radio studios. Bo Minnick says, Jenny, since you've seen both in the flesh, the Hattons or the upcoming Dapol Terrier? Hattons. No, it isn't Hattons that's doing the current. It's Hornby who do the current All Singing All Dancing Terrier. Rails have yet to bring theirs out. It's been slowed down because of the COVID-19 crisis. I've seen them side by side. Now, caveat. It was the Hornby production model, but it was the pre-production model of the Rails model. So the actual production Rail-stroke Dapol Terrier will have a small number of issues that have been identified, have been addressed and fixed. So it will be better. I did do a full side-by-side review. My view was that whilst the Hornby one was perfectly okay, it was a big improvement over the older Hornby model. The Rails Terrier was just perfect. It's a model that they're going to be selling in like 50 years' time, because quite frankly, that shape of model, the design of that model is perfect. It is definitive. But it's going to be more expensive. So it's you pays your money, you takes your choice. It's a lot like the difference between, I would guess, we've got the Hornby, the Hattons, and the Bachmann Class 66s. The Hornby model, think of that as being like the old Railroad Terrier. It's like, okay, if you're on a budget, but compared to the other two, nah. The Bachmann model is a bit like the Hornby Terrier. A really great model in its own right, it gets the job done, pays your money, takes your choice. And then the Hatton 66, I guess, is a lot like how you'd view the Rails Terrier. It's the definitive model. It is all singing, all dancing. It is the one which you cannot find fault with. Creeping Jane says, my Fender Blues Junior goes up to 12. Oh, rock and roll. Let's have a look. Yeah, Andy 1962. That is correct. It's the one thing that I found, and actually on the class 122 that I've got, I had to resort to a Dapol Imperium decoder. And the reason for this was quite simply because the lighting functions don't seem to be compatible with other brands of decoders, and I have tried lots of different ones. I've tried Hatton's Own, I've tried Bachmann's Own, I've tried Trainomatic, I've tried Lens, I've tried what was the other one? And there's another one that I've tried and I can't remember for the life of me what it's called. And actually, none of those would turn on the coach interior lights. And I don't know why. I think that Dapol are using their own subset of instructions, whatever, but it's not compatible with other decoders. If you put a Dapol Imperium decoder in there, which I did, everything works tickety-boo. So, if you're wanting all the lighting functions on a Dapol 21-pin model, then you're going to have to go down the 21-pin Dapol Imperium route. Lettuce Trains, have you seen the CADs on the Hornby W1 in Class 92? Yeah, I did show the 90. There's the 91. I showed that at the beginning of the stream. Bye to Ron Stanbridge. It's been great to have you in. Thanks for coming. Hello to Anea Oriti. Let's have a look. How are you? I am pretty good, thank you. It's very warm up here, though. We're certainly getting more towards the summer, so I'm going to have to bear this in mind and maybe wear a strappy spaghetti strap top next time, because I've got a fan down here and oh, it soothes, it soothes. We're seemingly stuck on 199 people in the chat. I keep glancing to see if it'll roll over 200. Interesting. Adams Rower says, I see Hatton's put something on YouTube asking Class 66 buyers with issues to contact them rather than criticising build quality in videos. I haven't seen that, but Yeah. Actually, Sunshine the Tug. Who wants a Daypole stroke rails Stepney? Yes. Actually, Stepney or Box Hill. They're the two that I do quite fancy. Gas Street sidings. Last time I was on, I was thinking about getting a Peckett W4 class DCC ready. What are your thoughts? Sorry, I'm on catch-up now. W4 Peckett, great loco from Hornby. One of their all-time greats. Very easy to DCC fit. You need to use their own 4-pin decoder or hardwire. I recommend just getting their 4-pin decoder. It's pretty simple and does work really well. It's a great model. They're on offer at the moment. A lot of retailers have them down to £79. Certainly I've been looking at them at Rails of Sheffield. If it wasn't for the fact that I've got 5 W4 packets, there's several more that I really do want. And actually the Port of London Authority one, that does look beautiful. Lettuce Train says, can you run a DMU sometime soon? Like I said, maybe we'll have that up and running for the next Monday Club. I'm not going to swap around trains at the moment. In fact, we're up to the last 10 minutes. I'm going to try and desperately, I think we might have room for just one of your layouts, guys. We're a little bit pushed on time. Let's have a look. Anaya Oriti says the yellow train is a working train, right? Yeah, it should be. Yeah, it's going round. The yellow train, they're actually breakdown train coaches. They're the support coaches for going with breakdown trains. They're a real thing. Somerset Andy says 56108 from Hornby is awesome, just can't fault that loco. Yeah, it's out of the same kind of ilk as the Class 31 and the Class 50 and the Class 8. Really, really good. Ben Tullett, Hattons want to fix the faults on their models rather than just say return and get your money back. That means that they have pride in their models. I can well believe it, actually. They were very proud of some of the features on that 66. Oh, I'm up to date. Flymo Chairman 1, is it a Network Rail livery? No, it's not. They're actually BR livery. No, it looks like a Network Rail train, but they are actually British Rail liveries from certainly the 1980s, if not late 1970s. Yeah, Anfield Road layout in the loft is warm in my loft, Jenny, and there's a lot of insulation up here, and that's part of the problem. Because there's so much insulation, it insulates the heat that myself and all of the equipment are generating and keeps it in. And also I've done a little bit more work on the insulation, but it does mean when the sun is beating down outside, it doesn't get too hot in here. It's still an environment that you can come into without baking to death. Right, I'm going to queue up. I think we're going to have time for one video. So, what I will, let's have a look. I need to get into come on, give me my emails. There we go. I'm going to try and set. Hello. Yeah, come on up. You can help. Gonna get the cupboard monkey back in now.
Hi, next door's cooking with a lot of garlic. There's been no vampires around here.
Yeah, they like garlic. I like garlic as well.
What have you done? What have you broken?
Right, I'm trying to get. I noticed we're down to the minutes at the end, so I promised people I'd put up at least one of their videos. So, if we go to, yeah, let's bring up one of those. And whilst the cupboard monkey is setting that up, let's have a look. Tails 199. Yeah, we seem to be stuck at 199. I don't know. I think we've had 199 people in for ages. It just won't go over 200. JJ Williams 1984. Hi to you. Yes, I'm very well, thank you. Hope you're doing good too. Jonesy Tyne and Weird Transport. Do you have Royal Mail Railway coaches? I've got.
You've got one, haven't you?
I've got a Royal Mail liveried Mark 1 BG, which goes with my Royal Mail liveried Class 1 to 8 quite nicely. I've I've got a TPO in blue-grey livery, but I do actually quite like the Royal Mail red livery versions that Batman did do, so I must look out for them at some point. I'm quite tempted. Chris Hales Heritage Railway says, I wish I had a loft to get hot in, LOL. Oh, I'm sure there's ways and means. It's only recently that I've been able to use the loft, it has to be said. Skipsy Trains, my wife complains about not getting a delivery slot at her shops, Tesco, Morrison's, Asda. I don't know what she's talking about. I had no problem with my Rails of Sheffield order. Boom! Nicely done, sir. Nicely done.
Okay, the first one that we've had a link sent. They haven't sent the entire link, so it says video unavailable.
Oh, was it that V equals?
No. The V equals is fine. We can take that.
Yeah.
The code after it, there's something missing from it, so it wouldn't load.
Right, so we can't load that one. Oh, interesting. 57305 Northern Princess says, I've got 56082 in BR Blue with small logos. That's the one I really want, actually, and need to get the couplings replaced. Can't wait to get the 56 in the Floyd livery. Oh, yeah, that was the special one that they're doing. Ian Ryan, okay, time for me to go. Good night from Peter Lee. Thank you, Jenny and Zoe. Good night to all. Stay safe. You too. It's been great to have your company. Really enjoyed being here with you and everybody else as well. You stay safe and happy modelling, and we'll be catching up hopefully with you next time. Let's have a look. I think I've missed a load of comments. Someone.
Oh my goodness, it's the thing is so slow tonight.
I'm afraid we're having a few issues with the internet, so I think a few people are. Yeah. Luke Craig says, thank you for your excellent review of the O-Gauge Sentinel. I've been inspired to start an O-Gauge layout, not sure what rolling stock to buy. Any suggestions? Again, right, for the O-Gauge Sentinel, it depends what livery you've got.
Bronx.
No, the O-Gauge Sentinel, I would suggest open wagons, or actually 16-ton mineral wagons from Dapol. They are incredible, really good. I don't have one to hand, but I've got 3 of them downstairs. There's also the Acura Scale HUO hopper wagons if you're going for example, the BR liveries and also the NCB livery that they do. But if you're going earlier, any of the Dapol wooden outline wagons in the Big 4 liveries, you can't go wrong with a Dapol O-Gauge wagon. I have not seen a bad wagon in their entire range, despite what other YouTube reviewers may or may not say about them.
Okay, so we've got the webcam browser. This is from Tim Pullen. So we've got something ready.
So from who? Sorry, Tim
Pullen.
So we've got a video up from Tim Pullen, and this is O-Gauge DC controller to power to triple-headed American freight train. So
you do like your American freight trains.
I do. So big thank you to Tim Pullen for sending this in, and we do like to try and get some of your videos into this stream. But what? It's a Gauge Master controller, but
oh, it's disguising the control. Oh my goodness!
Oh, I say that is amazing.
That is well done.
That is actually an incredibly good idea. Oh, and I see you've cut windows through the retaining walls. They're the same retaining walls as those over there, but in the bricks. Yeah. Oh, sir, I salute you.
That is well done.
Is amazing.
It's little things like that.
Yeah. Oh, the Hornby Scaledale water tank. That is actually a really great idea. And it's the way you've used the different products from different companies. That is really nice.
Oh my goodness, those
the Pico yard lamps. Yeah.
The distressed windows are great.
They are actually scale C models. They come. You print them out like that. They are really good. I'm looking at the way you've disguised your controller is incredible. Now the Walthers kits are really good. Can't recommend them more highly. We used them on GMRC. I've also used them in other things as well. Yeah, actually we saw this layout running. I remember this shot sort of shown through that.
I remember we couldn't work out where the back scene started.
Yeah, the ratio fencing kits are pretty good. I'm looking at that actually. That's the fencing I'm considering getting with the gates as well to go in the industrial corner of this layout. So it's nice to see them ready made up. That is really nicely done. I also like your truck park there with your
so busy.
With your semi-trailers, your 18-wheelers.
Oh, we should have a game of 18-wheeler American Pro Trucker.
Yeah, but that'd just be like going to work. It's really nicely done. I like the way
I hope it is now.
Yeah. I like you've got where the gaps in the concrete are, you've grassed them up like a low use area. Scale model scenery. Again, these were one of the sponsors for Great Model Railway Challenge. And I do wish that we'd made more of their products. We used some of their little light up bonfires. They never got featured on the programme, but we used their flickering light bonfires. And actually they were really good.
You do like your flickering lights. They add a little bit of
I wouldn't mind having some on here. I must get in touch with them. I think the way you've done that with the oil marks from the trucks and stuff is really good.
Yeah. It's those little details that really make stuff stand out.
Yeah, so we've got like the metal storm drain grids as well there. Yeah, it's like you say, it's the little details that really bring a layout to life. James Pett says, nice fences. Richard Swidiski, nice layout. SJ Carter says, it's been a great stream again, Jenny. You and Zoe, stay safe. We will do. JJ Williams, this is another comment before. Egg wagons, LOL. There's nothing wrong with them. They're not as good as the Bachmann wagons, but they are an older wagon. I must get onto my contact at Daypol and say, just send me some egg wagons and I'll give you an honest review.
Your contact. It makes it sound like you're in like some sort of secret agency
thing. I have to meet him dressed in trench coats in an underground parking garage. Oh, just for Jenny. Oh, thank you. It's a lovely layout. I'm really warming to the American outline stuff. I really like your controllers. The way you've disguised your controllers is genius. In fact, I would suggest pitch an article idea for that.
Oh, yeah.
So it's Shanghai 264359 in the chat. Thank you very much for submitting that. I think we've got just enough time for one more. Do we have another one?
We do, but it's the one that I couldn't get to load.
We can't get the other one to load. But yeah, James Moody, little details like having enough space to manoeuvre the trailers into position. Definitely. But look, it's been a really great stream. I've thoroughly enjoyed your company. We went over a little bit about the new news. We talked about the Daypot water tower. That's really interested me. I'm going to go out and take a closer look at that. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. Also, the Hunt couplings coming out in N-Gauge, sold out already. It just shows what a great product that Chris Hunt has come up with. That in double O they work so well. Looking forward to them turning up in O-Gauge actually.
I'd love to see them combined with more of those power-based magnets for a layout that actually goes upside down. Some sort of space-based sci-fi thing. I'd love it.
But in O-Gauge, I'm forced to use the 3-link couplings, and actually Hunt magnets on O-Gauge I think really would up the game. So really looking forward to those. Anyway, look, you guys all take really great care of yourself, and a big thanks as well to we had 2 people donate through Super Chat. That was incredibly generous of you, and also a big thank you again to Tim's Trains for supporting the channel and sending through 3 brand new models. Incredibly generous of you. I feel so humbled that you sent me those, and the first review of those brand new models is coming out on Wednesday, so that's not tomorrow, the day after. But look, you all take really great care of yourself. It's been great to have you all in, and hopefully we'll see you back here next Monday. And don't forget, if you want to share with us a video of your model railways for inclusion in the Jenny Monday Club stream next Monday, then email that to, well, not the video, the link to the video on YouTube of your model railway to zoe@zoerobinson.com, and we look forward to seeing your submissions, and hopefully some of those will make it through to the Monday Club next Monday.
And you've all seen tonight, when Jen tried to do it herself, why you send the links to me, not to her.
Yes, yeah.
Jenny
Anyway.
doesn't do technology.
No,
I'm
she
amazed that she's managed to make this model railway operate.
Hey, we've got plenty of technology. I've got my weird digital display down here.
You love that digital display.
I do actually, from DCC Concepts, the Alpha meter.
Every time I see it though, I keep thinking the top line is a clock.
1795.
Yeah, and then it gets confusing. It's like, hang on, it's not 5 to 6.
1795. That's like. Maybe
It might be.
Oh no! It's from the dashboard of my DeLorean.
Of course it is. Yes.
Yeah, that's the date. We're going back to 1795.
The people on the stream can't see it though.
No, they can't, but they've seen the videos before.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for coming along. And do we have any final comments before we go?
Everybody's saying good night. Thank you very much.
night.
Frank Biffeely says, been watching in the background. Great stream. Good night, all. Good night to you. There's an awful lot of people who like to lurk. And I think the final comment, so look, there's quite a few. Paul Jessen, oh, I see a TARDIS on a train. That's the Cupboard Monkey's work. Somerset Andy, thanks Jenny and Zoe for a great stream again. You all take care. Flymo Chairman 1, can I put the address for the video URLs up? Yes, very, very quickly. Get them up and in the stream. JJ Williams, 1984, night all, keep safe and keep modelling. Richard Swiderski, good night all, stay safe. Gary Lewis, thank you Jenny, a good evening watching while cleaning track. Andrew Davis, good night all, it's been fun, stay safe. Flymo Chairman 1, send video links as a URL to Zoe at zoerobinson.com. Only URL stroke web address of the video, well said.
And remember, live long and prosper.
So, big round of applause there. Nick Neumann, thank you very much. Daryl Hearn, thanks all, been a good one. Jamie Smith, take care everyone. Look forward to next live Monday blog. Stay safe. Jenny and Zoe and everyone, take good care. JJ Williams, 1984, bye. 57305 Northern Princess. I'm off to watch Chernobyl. Well, you'll be able to see it in the dark, won't you? Creeping Jane, bye Eve. Flymo Chairman 1, you all take care now, Jenny and Zoe. John Nutman, night all. Paul Jessen, thanks so much. Paul Jessen says, thanks so much again. And I'm up to date. There we go. Big deep breath. Look, you all take really great care of yourself. This is me, Jenny Kirk, saying thanks for watching. It's been really great to have your company. Don't forget, you can check me out over on Patreon and help me to make the videos that you know and love. And also don't forget to like, share and subscribe this stream and stay tuned for more videos. But until next time, you take really good care of yourself. Stay safe and stay modelling.
And click the like button. Bye-bye.
Bye for now.
This is the awkward bit.
Are they gone yet?
Bye.